All right, it's recording now.
Okay, great.
No shouting and swearing,
taking it
all
off
right?
again. Okay,
Are you
no,
taking
we're
it
good.
off?
We're good.
All right.
Taking the thing off.
Ah,
Cool.
okay, sip of the coffee and we get going.
Thank you for the coffee.
That's okay.
Tell me if I got food on my face. Those people who don't tell you got food on your face, not good. It's all good.
Have I got food on my face?
No, you're
Is that why you're
fine.
saying it?
So yes.
All right, Coral, thanks for joining the podcast. Have you actually
Thanks for
joined the
having
group
me.
yet, the network group?
I don't think I have.
Oh, no. Can we have her
We'll
on,
get
guys? You're
Thank
going to have to
you.
join.
Yes.
Wait, I might just take it back a little bit, actually, because then I can zoom in when I need to.
Cool.
And this is the other thing I need to really work on is the videography eventually.
Yep.
Of probably having like another camera.
Yeah.
Pointed
so you get
straight
the
at
different
the
angles.
guest view. Yeah. Better lighting, maybe.
Yeah. All good.
All right.
What do you want to
tell us about yourself.
Okay.
How did it all start? Where do all these visions come from?
Yes.
How do you put it all together? I think even, was it yesterday, maybe you said to me, got over 500 people on your database, performers, everything from singers, musicians, dancers.
I know, it's a lot, isn't it?
Now dinosaurs.
I know, my goodness.
Not real ones,
crazy.
of course.
No. So, well, I own Little Gigs Australia. We weren't always Little Gigs Australia. We started as something else, but I'll save that for another question. And yeah, our origin story, I guess, is what you're after.
Yeah.
So my background is a musician and a composer. So I've started playing piano since I was 5. And I was very obsessed with Shirley Temple. So all I wanted to be when I was watching Shirley Temple movies as a 5-year-old was her manager. So my parents would say to me, "Oh, are you going to play and dance, or what do you want to do, dance or sing or play piano like Shirley Temple?" And I had to be her manager. So I guess the origin for me was I went into music and I studied music and went all the way through. But really that desire has always been to support artists and help them on their journey through whatever they're going through. So yeah, it presented as different sort of vibes. So like I went into teaching for a while, I was teaching music for a while, and then ended up in corporate. So Telstra, worked for Telstra for a long time, enterprise and government. Shout out to them. So had sort of exposure into that for a while, but yeah, really just came back to music. So yeah.
And how long have you been running Little Gigs for now?
So over 10 years. We're in our second decade now.
Yeah, nice.
So so it's very exciting. Yeah, so 2013, I think we started officially. But yeah, like I said, that desire's always been there for a long time, and really just supporting kids. So it really started from giving kids amazing opportunities, and the kids that we have, we do have adults as well, but the children, the talent we've got is exceptional. So really just the opportunity was there to take performing artists like young kids and give them an opportunity to do what they do best, and like be at your
I know, I was just
going
to say, so we met, well, I guess we can't call it meet, but we spoke on Facebook, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was running the Winter Festival, looking for entertainment, and that's how the conversation kind of grew. And then you came along and provided a range of entertainment on our final day.
Yes.
Tell us about that entertainment, because it does. Feels like ages ago.
Oh my goodness!
It was actually 4 weeks ago.
No, it was not 4 weeks.
Feels so long ago.
Be 4 weeks. That's mad.
July the.
Don't even.
What was the last day? Was it July 20th or July 18th?
So much. And I think that's the thing. Once something happens, if it's meant to happen, it just sort of flows quickly. Yeah. So at that.
And then the next thing you know, you think, "Oh gosh, it's been too long."
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, what am I doing now? Yeah, no. So we had a string quartet. So a lot of our instruments are strings. So we have a lot of kids on strings, just because you can pick them up and put them into places. And I think we had some flautists there. We had some roving violinists dancing, and we're really sort of about mixing dance and music together, or circus and music together, or performing arts together. So this sort of concept of I'm going to sit down and watch a concert, or go to ballet or do something individually. It's really fun to sort of mix those two together.
And obviously you've got such a range of talent.
Yes.
You've got some that are very much, you know, what I would perceive to be on a journey of professionalism. They're going to go wide and far.
Yeah.
One in particular was that young lad that you introduced me to.
Oh, yes, Leon. Yes, he's one of our key performers. Yeah.
And what sort of shows and stuff has he performed in, and what may he be performing in the future? Where could you kind of see his
he'll go all the way. He'll go all the way. Although it's funny because a lot of them don't really want to land on music. A lot of them want to land on science or engineering. So their brains are very sort of focused. So yeah, he's done a whole range of events for me. So corporate gigs, Channel 7, Young Achiever of the Year awards. He was featured on that. Weddings, you name it, he'll pick up and be put out. And his level is he's gone right through to A-Muz and beyond. So that's a level that they typically do at uni, or like, you know, when I was growing up, you'd sort of, by the time you get to sort of 18 going into, that's when you'd sort of be at that level. And these kids are now, like, he hasn't finished primary school.
Yeah, I was going to say he was only young, wasn't he?
Crazy. So that's the absolute buzz for us, is to, you know, because people book kids to play and they think they're going to come out and do like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And initially when we started, we had a lot of pushback and from people booking us going, oh, I don't really want kids here playing. I'm like, oh, well, they're not just kids, they're professional artists. And actually once they're in, the vibe, people will listen to them more. We had an art gallery once, and we had a little group of kids in the corner playing for this art gallery, and the artist who was sort of exhibiting at the time got really offended because people weren't looking at his artwork.
Fascinated,
looking at the children. So but they're performing at a very, very high level.
And one thing that really impressed me, actually, to be honest, is you had, you know, what I perceived as a couple of managers as well, which I believe were, correct me if I'm wrong, helping the young ones through with the experience, but then they're also gaining a lot of experience themselves, you know, coming to my event, for example.
That's right.
They were then able to manage small groups of performers and really get hands-on.
Yeah, it's the whole journey. And actually it feels amazing for us. So Jemima was one of the people there. She's come through. She started with us when she was 9.
Wow.
And so now she's over 18. So that whole journey of they know what to do. They just know what to expect. They know where to look. They just know that whole environment so well. And for me, helping young people all along the way, not just that performing piece, they can really have a journey through high school, come out the other end and have a job to support themselves, or they're not sort of having to lean out to, how do I say this delicately? Like they're not necessarily looking for a retail path. They might sort of decide to stay in their industry.
And you're giving them that opportunity to stay in and develop without kind of having that stress of the financial burden. Well, I need to have money, so...
Well, you know, I'll go down to Macca's and get a job. You know, I did Macca's too, so no offence to Macca's, but, you know, all that sort of...
But no, I understand that. I've always... And I think this is why we click very well, because I have a passion for kids, and I've always, you know, obviously soccer coaching's how this all started. And I've always wanted to get back, and, you know, the big dream is always to have my own venue and a foundation and really support kids, but like not just come and play football for the week, right? Or soccer, sorry.
That's right.
Play for a period of time, but then develop them as people, but also their professional side of their life. But get their tickets for their refereeing, their coaching licenses, and just educate them as well to a bit more, you know, potentially mold them into running their own coaching clinics and stuff like that.
I think that's fantastic.
Because a lot of people do that. They just, you know, they do provide opportunities, but it's not I find anyway, it's kind of not, the longevity isn't there. Right. And it's refreshing to see that girl you mentioned has been with you since 9. That's brilliant. You know, that's fantastic.
It's great. And shout out to Jamal.
And hopefully she's there for another 9 years. You know, like, it's fantastic.
Right. Yeah, well, you'll see her back at Dinosaurs Roar over different times.
Yeah, which should be great.
No, it's that journey. I think it's, you know, we've got a responsibility to mentor the next group of people coming on. I think it's really important.
I think definitely didn't expect to talk about this, but I'm going to. One of the hardest things I find is, as a small business and a private business, is acquiring any types of funding or grants or anything to help support that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me personally, like I've, it's very costly to run a business, and it fluctuates. Some months we do very well, other months there's nothing. So like we're having to pull back from the other months to kind of sustain.
Yeah. That's sort of.
But if I found, or I think, if there was more funding available, more opportunities for these types of grants or even sponsorships to really help develop kids, there'd be so much more.
Yes.
And probably more people like you and I that would be willing to do it.
Yes, I think so. And it's a timely process, isn't it? Like you look at it and go, well, that's 6 hours I'm going to work on that grant.
Yeah. And the rest.
Struggle is
6 hours.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Struggle is.
I mean, I suppose it depends on the grant, really, doesn't it? Yeah. I hear under sort of, anywhere to 2,000-3,000, it's usually a couple of pages.
Yeah.
And not a long process. But seeing events, I've actually gone for a couple of grants, but more like 15, 20, 25.
Yeah. I know.
Endless.
There's a lot of red tape.
Have you heard of the website? I think it's called Vendor or something like that.
Okay.
I'll have to send you it, but a lot of councils will put grants on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I keep an eye on it because I get the auto emails, but honestly, you go on there and it's just like paperwork after paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. And it's just like, if you're a sole operator and you're actually operating a business, you just don't have the time.
Yeah.
And like supposedly there's organizations out there that would support you in the grant writing and the applications.
Yes.
But then they either charge an upfront fee.
Yeah.
Or they'll take a high percentage of it.
Yeah. I've done one of those before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Right at
Was
the
it
early
successful?
Days.
Or?
Oh no, but you get wound up into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, all that's fun.
So what's in the calendar at the moment? What's coming up over the next few months?
Okay, well, a lot of work with you guys, obviously. Which is super exciting. And then, we're rolling into our next season of Young Achiever of the Year Award. So last year we started sponsoring our own award under the Young Achievers battle. So going into our next season of that. So we'll be calling out for nominations, and that's a really exciting thing for us to work with that team. They're just absolutely brilliant at Awards Australia, and just putting it out there to kids doing amazing things. So before our category, we're the Australia first category for under 13, I think, might be 14 this year. And it's just a call out to acknowledge kids who are doing great things, not just in performing arts. So we put it out to everything sport. Actually, I was blown away with the hospitality kids. There's kids in the city feeding homeless people and doing exceptional stuff. So yes, we put a call out for an award for that. We sponsor that award. And that was amazing.
So when's it coming up?
It's call outs. I think we start in November and then goes all the way through to February, I think, is our close off, and then it's sort of a gala and then the actual judging. So that's coming up, which is great. But we have a lot of festivals. We've got the Asia Oasis Festival in December. It's coming up too, and some other sort of private things. So it's a busy time of year. And Christmas.
And so you're I guess your prime space in your business, is it a hire business as well, similar to mine? Like, so Aussie Sports, so we hire out a lot of the
hire kids. Like, I guess it could be like hiring service. Well, it's events, so
And so do you traditionally advertise for a website, social media? Clients will see your offerings, and then you would negotiate pricing and stuff like that for what they're looking for.
That's right. And some of it sort of has synergies, like wedding. We do a lot of wedding expos, so it's a really good fit for weddings. So a lot of brides will see that and go, oh that's, I can see how that can work. And then you've got your corporate gala sort of environment, so it's a really good fit for that. And children's charities we do a lot of work for. So it's just a fun sort of vibe. So when people see kids performing, if they're performing well, if they're polished, they tend to get that warm and fuzzy feeling. It's like, but they have to look the part. So a lot of what we do is training them how to perform. And because often they play really high at a high standard, but they come to us and they just look boring. So,
right. Okay.
So our job is just to sort of make them look
the finished
entertaining.
piece.
And then, they're in black tie normally as well. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
So somebody was watching this, right, and they feel like they had a child that had a lot of talent.
Yeah.
How would they find you? How would they find
go
Little
to the
Gigs? How would
website,
they?
Little Gigs Australia. You can register there. So we have an agency. So our business is primarily two parts. So an agency for events like yourself, where we're booking our sort of talent out, and then it's also training. So if you've got a child who's talented, but after COVID, we've had a lot of kids coming through that have performance anxiety and a lot of it's a big thing. I was actually not expecting the wave of post-COVID anxiety with kids just getting up in front of a school assembly.
Right. Still even now, like a couple of years later. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because it's those formative years. They're really important. So, so the other part is training. So kids coming to us to learn.
And is that on weekends, during the week?
Yeah, generally on a Sunday. We try not to go every week because we're conscious of they are learning their art or their instrument or their dance during the week. So we try not to sort of compromise their main sort of focus. And then we come in and every 3 weeks, generally, we're training them alongside that. So it's like an add-on.
And is that in a studio, in a classroom environment?
Actually, we've got some really good community spaces. Similar, not as nice as this one, but it's really good here. Yeah. So we have different spots around.
And you'll do sort of teachings in different areas?
We can. Yeah, that's our next stage. We're looking at expanding a little bit more around Melbourne. We do have an online course that we've started to build.
Brilliant.
That is cool with my media lady, Ellie Johnson. She's has the studio all set up. So that's really cool. So that's sort of the next level for expansion.
Yeah.
Really want to open it up to kids in Victoria. Well, the call out for the Channel 7 Awards goes out to the whole of Victoria. So every child across the state will be eligible for one of our awards. So we want to make our training open to them as well, not say, you're in Bendigo, you obviously can't get down here every week, but you can jump online and learn all the skills. So that's part of that. After I do my grants, we're going to do that.
There's a list.
Maybe I can get a grant for that. Someone can replace me.
Yeah. So obviously we're collaborating for the Dinos Raw. It's not the first time you've worked with dinosaurs per se, though, is it? Because didn't I see a couple of dinosaur videos and some costumes?
Yes, I know.
We had the Dino Dancers, the little girls come into
they'll be coming back as well.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, they'll be coming back. But I know it's funny when you do so many things, you'll have to stop and go, oh, did I do that? Yeah, I did. Yes, so I work with a ballet company, Utassi Ballet, and we do, there's a dance piece in that part of our carnival suite. So it's exciting.
So how exciting is it now to be? I think we're 3-4 weeks away. Not even 13th of September. I mean, dinosaurs is exciting for everybody. What's the general sort of feeling at the moment between the performers? Knowing that they're going to be performing and there's going to be dinosaurs everywhere and they're going to get to be in a fun environment. Is everyone very much excited?
Yeah. I think putting on a mask and I think just doing something different as a performer is always fun. So a different environment, anything to mix it up makes it really interesting. And that's where I'm all about supporting different types of arts, how can we make that experience different or more immersive? But the masking is pretty cool.
Yeah. And we've had a couple of conversations now as well. I mean, I've got ideas, you've got ideas, and together we're probably a bit of a nightmare. But
no more ideas.
Yeah. Well, I'd really like to talk about the dinosaur puppet show that I told you about yesterday on the YouTube. Obviously we're sitting here in front of a camera and talking about filming. So that's something that I really want to push and progress. And I think maybe I was thinking about it last night. We might be able to sort of bring in kids to it, and I thought kids performing for other kids.
Oh yeah, it's powerful. It's cool because it's that energy. They go, oh, there's someone sort of like me. You definitely get some really cool interactions from that.
And that's why I was kind of asking about where you do your teachings and your studios and stuff, because obviously I want to try and now come up with the concept. I actually want to start it. I know it sounds crazy because I'm doing a million things. You're doing a lot.
Oh my gosh!
I was thinking about it. It could actually, double down as a great marketing strategy for the dinosaur events.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
get it
If you
going.
get a whole
That
bunch of filming,
familiarity.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids can watch it on YouTube, see it on social media.
Yeah.
Parents can even see snippets of it and go, "Oh, this is fantastic entertainment."
Yeah.
Oh wait, we can see this
That's
at this
right.
event.
And go down and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think kids talking to kids, yeah, it's cool.
So we're going to explore that.
Okay, I think so. Maybe after another coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything that you'd like to share? Anything that you want to get out there about little gigs or what's coming, what you've done?
Yeah. Well, it's more just managing that creative flow, I think.
Yeah.
And
difficult at times, or
yeah, and just sort of it's the molding of the clay. I like to see it, and I think, yeah, I'm not sure if it answers your question. I'm sort of going down a different tactic.
So, but even now, so after so long, like you've been doing it, say, since 2013, I guess, where's the energy still come from? Every time I see you, it's positive, there's energy.
Yeah.
There's always ideas.
Yeah.
Like, even after so long,
where
is it? Where's the fire?
Well, I'm very incredibly blessed to have amazing people around me. So, just working with other creatives, I think it's like a melting pot of just helping you realize who you are and bringing you back to who you really are as a person. So, I mentioned Utassi Ballet at Sue and Kev Hayes. I work with pretty much daily.
Nice.
They're I wouldn't say they're one of my clients, but they're one of the people that I help manage through the creative process and creative space. And through that, I pick up a lot of things from them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just being around like-minded people and in a supportive
and you'd meet new people every day. I mean, we met a couple of women yesterday.
Oh,
how great
crazy.
Were they?
Yeah, they're amazing. They're very exciting.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, every day's different.
Yeah.
But I think really just not being too sort of tight around what the concept is. I think it's really terrifying as a creative person to have your vision actually come closer and closer. It's exciting and terrifying equal parts at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool to work on something and you start off with the molding of the clay. You get like a lump of an idea and you're like, I can see how it's going to work. And then the closer it gets, it's exciting, but it's terrifying because it's that creation comes to a finish.
Yeah.
And you have to almost get another lump immediately and start working on it. Because your realization that end piece didn't actually look like what you thought at the start. So yeah, it's exciting.
So, I find that with my events as well, to be honest.
They're different, aren't they? When you look at the end piece, it's really different to how. And I think it's in any business. I don't think it's just creative. I think it's
why
any
do you think
process.
that is? I've got an idea why I think it's like that for me, but I'm just wondering if you've got a thought process as to why.
Not really.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not really sure where it comes from. I think maybe it's just a surrendering to that process of what it can be. But I've learned over time to really not be too. It must look like this. Because the times where I've done it, we've had things that you work on, and it's you get too, you can't let anyone in to help you, and people come into your life to help at different times.
Yeah.
And I think if you're very sort of not open to having help or changing what it can look like, it can really to your detriment. So I've learned to just, within reason, you still have to be making it look how you want it to look, but not being disappointed with the end outcome. And then the next one, and it's just is better and better. And so you're just refining it.
Yeah, it's almost like searching for perfection, but is there actually a thing?
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I struggle with is I've been doing it for a long time now, not long enough though, but I look at the events and go, almost every event I'm like, that could have been better.
Yeah.
Could have changed this, should have did that.
But that's why you're there though.
And one thing it comes down to is resources. That's what I was going to get at is for me personally, and I've shared this with you a couple of times now, it's whether it's staffing resources not turning up or actual financial resources. Like, nobody's got an endless budget. If you did the events would be fantastic, right? They
that's
were just
right.
all bells and whistles,
Yeah.
everything you could ever
You'd be working
imagine.
for the government.
Oh, it would just be incredible, right? But that's not realistic.
Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at, is working within the constraints of a budget. I've set a budget. That's it. That like,
Yeah.
no, stay focused. I don't want to do
Yeah.
the 101 ideas I've got to the right or the ones to the left. Like,
Yeah.
it's just,
You have
this is
to.
the event. Let's go.
You have
Let's
to
see
stay
how the
focused.
event actually performs.
Yes.
And then we can build on it based on the data and obviously the financials.
Yeah.
But even, you know, as I said, I met a couple of people yesterday on site who could possibly be bringing more dinosaurs, which is great. Fantastic. Potentially another couple of themed set of animatronics as well.
Yeah.
Trying to blend it. Then they proposed a question to me, which was, who's doing all your theming?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, me.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, what do you mean?
Yeah. Like,
and it never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
It was
I
just
do
like,
want
it's
to bring
my
a
event.
stylist in.
It's dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You know, you move the dinosaurs, you put
Yeah.
some plants, and you
That's
put
right.
some cargo nets, and
off you go.
that's honestly where I was at. Like, I'm, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot, but I'm definitely not a stylist. I'm not a,
Yeah.
you know, I'm certainly not a designer in any way, shape, or form. But
Yeah.
for me, it was more about, the focus is more about the actual activation and the experience as opposed to the cosmetics. Like, I don't know if I'm naive and just thinking, well, like, you know, for example, a 6 meter long dinosaur is going to look bloody brilliant no matter whether it's looking this way or that way.
Yeah,
like, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, that's the finesse, isn't it? And that's like the next level. That's your next lump of clay to go, okay, well, how can we bring something in to make it more?
Yeah.
You know, I think sort of understanding where you are in that process is relieving. If you can go, okay, well, I can see how that's going to help my next journey. I'm not there yet, but
yeah. And that's what I said to the guys. I'm very open and honest. I said, listen, this is the first time I've seen an animatronic dinosaur in the sense of, I'm going to be, it's mine.
Yes.
You know, I've got my own coming.
Did you hug it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the point.
Yeah.
I've not even seen them.
Yeah.
So how can one start planning, you know, where this ivory plant's going to go or where this banner's going to go? Like, I just need to kind of, my vision was get everything there.
Yep.
Get it all there.
Then
inflatables are easy. We've done them loads of times.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the dinosaur trail.
Yeah.
I was going to spread it out. And the reason I was going to spread it out is because obviously I've got those silent disco headsets. So we're going to create the experience through the headset so they can actually walk around.
Yep.
Also, so every now and again, we can let them know not to touch the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So I thought, that's great. We'll have a couple of signs, but in their ears is great.
Yeah.
And Dino Dave. So I told you about Dino Dave. So
Yes.
he's going to be delivering all the facts as well about the dinosaurs as they walk around.
Yep.
And it's kind of be generic because, again, I don't know. Now, I'm not a big, I don't know loads of dinosaurs, for example, so, you know, don't pull me up on this. But let's say there's a T-Rex here and a pterodactyl over there.
Yep.
That may change. So I can't curate the experience by going, wow, look at this huge T-Rex.
Yes.
La, la,
No,
la.
you can't.
In case we don't set it up like that.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that experience now. So it's kind of just like a generic thing. So therefore, I was going to spread it out to give value and a longer experience. Whereas what they suggested, bunch them all together, get all the plants, everything, make it look very alive, and keep it short. And I'm like,
yeah, but that's different.
It's kind of, I mean, I respected what they said because they've done it.
Yeah.
And they do it.
Yeah.
And they're very successful.
Yeah.
But I'm just also thinking, I want to create a longer experience. I don't want people to walk in and be done in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I want them to take a bit of time, appreciate the education in the dinosaurs and the facts and a couple of jokes and have a giggle together as a family walking around.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so
there's pros and cons, isn't there? There's always two ways of looking at something.
Yeah. And I think it's like, you know, if you've got your vision, which I do, probably better off just sticking to your vision, because I think ultimately if I didn't do that and then customers didn't quite appreciate that it was all together and quick, then I'd be like, oh, should have done it.
Well,
my
and
vision
that's the hard thing.
That's
what keeps you up at night. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's coming to you first. Like you're the creator of that event. So you sort of have to try lots of different things, but then not resent them if they don't work.
Yeah. And I mean, there's, again, trying different things is great. But with these events, and this is the trouble, I suppose, with major events now, and I'd probably say I'm getting to that stage where they come around once a year. So, you know, it's like you try too many things. I guess the identity of the event gets lost.
Yes.
Like the Southeast Winter Festival.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I try to learn from that very quickly.
I'm not sure what was bad there. I thought it was fun, but anyway.
Yeah. I honestly I can't really say it was bad, other than a couple of things. Obviously, like the market stalls just coming and going, you know, like as they wanted. I think that really let it down. But you know, I can play devil's advocate against myself and say, well, you know, the first 8 days there wasn't many people there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even think we would have had a couple of thousand people in the first 8 days.
Yeah.
You know, so we're talking not even 200 a day.
Yeah.
So then we lost obviously a lot of traders. They just
Yeah.
And then they were going, I've got another event on Saturday, so they wouldn't be there. And then they couldn't be bothered to bump back in on the Sunday. What's the point? Oh, we'll just come back next week. And then customers would come. And surprisingly, I don't believe for one second that people came to that event because there was a market. But what I find happens is if there's a disgruntled customer, they will look for something to complain about, and then bang, that's it. Where's this market? They've said there's a market. Where is it? And then it's like, obviously we had a bit of an issue with our last entertainment kind of partner, what have you. There was entertainment, but it was at set times. And then ironically, the people that were complaining were there when the entertainment wasn't on. And it's like, well, we've actually advertised it on our website when the time the entertainment is. But nobody looks at a website anymore.
No, that's right.
Surprisingly, nobody looks at websites.
You know,
they'll book tickets. Honestly, it's almost, I don't know if this is my customers or like other events out there might say the same thing. But the amount of customers that come that haven't read the website and don't actually know it's at the event, but they bought tickets.
It's odd, isn't it? I think everyone's time poor and they just get it. And then
they'll see something about the event. And probably, realistically, what it was this time was the big obstacle course, because that actually had a decent number of people in the 2-week holiday period. It was actually, I would have been, if we'd have just done that obstacle course with a couple of little bits in the 2-week holiday, I'd have been happy. But because we've done it for longer, I had more staff, more things, more costs like us. It took us like nearly 2 weeks to bump everything in. It was crazy.
My goodness. So much.
I mean, if I could have just cut my staff wage in half, I would have been happy with how that first year went. I'd have made a little bit of money as well. And that would have been great.
That would have been good. But yeah, I mean, you learn along the way. But it's so hard. You just have to keep churning them out, don't you? Because you refine it. And it might be another year before you run that. But the learnings are still there.
All right. So with the podcast, I always like to try and finish on something to kind of give back, and the question, it's kind of like, what if you could give yourself some advice, you know, 10, 15 years ago, what would the advice be?
Wow. So many things to choose from. Where do I start? I think, I mean, it's going to sound really cliche, but you know, you look back and you connect the dots. I think don't burn your bridges is one thing. I think people, like I said before, people come into your life in different stages. I mean, it's really a cliche thing, but it really is so true in business. And often, like in the early days, or just any day really, if something doesn't resonate with you and you decide to not work with anyone anymore, it's just often I've had it where they come back in and you're working with them again, or I've just learnt to over time not you just can't assume that you're not going to meet that person again, or that person doesn't have value. So I try to look at taking different things from different people, and you know, they might be on a different path or a different wavelength completely, but what they're adding to your world at that point in time is so important. And I think we're too quick to just, I don't like you, I'm not going to work with you anymore. And I think
next thing you know, a couple of years later, they're now working together.
It's you know, if you're meant to get something from someone, I think they'll come back and present in different ways. So I really learned that one, and just not to rush. Like, early on, like we were doing events, I was like, this is the one, it's going to be the big break or the big sort of exposure. It never is. Never was.
Don't say that.
Absolutely. Well, early days, it was like, this is the thing. It wasn't. So you just, like, one of my sons is a performing artist. So he actually had a really good analogy of just turning the tap on. You turn the dirty tap on and it just comes out with muck, and you've just got to let it run until it goes clear. You just, so that's like first of all, you just, it's hard.
Yeah.
But you can't turn the tap off. You just have to keep churning out things and, not sort of rushing to get it done, just enjoying that process.
Yeah.
So many things.
Yeah,
so
that's fine. It's obviously a lot harder as well, I think, when you're trying to scale. If you can keep costs low, so you can sustain it and move more efficiently rather than quickly.
Yes,
that would definitely help as well.
Yes.
But sometimes, as I've explained, it gets to the point where it's like, you
Yeah.
really got to try and do more now,
I know.
just because everything's getting so expensive.
Yeah.
Hard to find good stuff, so you got to double up.
Yeah.
So
struggle is real.
Yeah,
But
can be.
So that's some advice.
All right, brilliant.
There you
Coral,
go.
thank you very much for coming on.
No worries. Thank you for the coffee. I'm glad I didn't have food on my face.
Littlekidsaustralia.com.au?
Yes. Oh, no, just .com.
Oh, like me, inflatablefunpark.com.
Yeah.
Catches people out. I've noticed. Did you notice that?
Yes, can be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't add the...
And you're on Instagram as well?
We are, but
Facebook,
there's so much I need to
TikTok?
do on my socials.
TikTok yet?
No, don't do the TikTok.
Yeah. I don't really do TikTok much either, but
don't do it.
We probably should be.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Now this is where we see that the camera wasn't recording.
Yes. Then we can do it all again.